All right. I'm gonna get to a share screen. As if you guys didn't have enough work to do in life. So I'm gonna show you the 8th house Nexa crystal build, and we're gonna go a few different rounds of the meditation. We're gonna go with garnet, the Indonesian moss agate, strawberry quartz, and black tourmaline. So we'll go with those. Let's make sure that this window is out of the way. I'm gonna go through the different crystal sets. All right. I have too many windows open. Here we go. Oh, the fun of my life. These are the crystal sets for the Malkuth temple. If you remember back in the day when we did the Malkuth crystal Yolk temple, there were like 8 crystals. We had like honey, so we had honey citrine, honey calcite, chiastolite, aragonite, amylite, ammonite, right? And then we had turquoise and garnet and iolite. So we had a number of them. So it's the same ones that we had prior, but then we threw in these extra layers. So then we have a decent semi-yesod grid in Malkuth with the purple goo and the marshmallow. The new tree agate, sort of so because we're building more trees. The Indonesian moss agate. So here we start getting to more of the Gryffindor layers. The vonadinite, the fire agates, the strawberry quartz, chrysoprase, the consite, conite, shellsite, ruby and fuchsia, angelite and angel aura. I'm gonna put the angelite and angel aura underneath. I wonder if I can move it up here. So like before the vonadinite, because that still has some like knife ravery energy, and the vonadinite cleans out everything. And the moss agate cleans. So this begins to set up the Malkuth grid. Now the thing is, we have to do 47 rounds of this for all the different layers of the underworld, of every crystal, through all the different layers of the underworld, times 47. And then we're also doing the other star systems. So it becomes a huge project. And and then we have to do, I think we're gonna try to get to like H God 17 at least up. I don't know about much more than that. So let's say 47 down and 47 up, maybe 57 up. And right now I'm on let go, the world of let go. And that world, there's like 5 to 10 more worlds beneath that. So it took me since October to get this much filled in. Now, when we start filling in the planetary system, you don't need to do it like the Russian folding dolls within your own home, because this is the planetary 8th house work. It's the planet plus the intergalactic ecosystems. So it's really naive of us to send black tourmaline to Andromeda. So like zero. They actually enjoy these frequencies. Never once, and I have been doing this quite often, never once have I gotten one, ew, don't send us that vibe or energy. It's all, we welcome the filling in of all the psychosis with it, replace it with crystalline perfection and natural harmony energy. So it's not like it's a Malkuthian Netzach. Where it's programmed with discernment. This is discernment. Like, they don't want Clippets or hell realms in their planet, and that fills up the voids in their etheric worlds. So we're going to go ahead and do a small meditation. I tend to do, this is a job. Okay. It's hard enough to sit down and do the Russian folding. Listening to my voice lead you on the journey of doing the crystal yoke. It's another thing to do this in addition to 500 other practices every day. I tend to do a 2-hour, 3-hour walk, and on my walk, I'll do A&R work on trees or environmental systems, and then I'll add in about 15 minutes, one crystal for the day, and then I check it off, and then I do the next subworlds, and then I do the next subworlds, etc., etc. Sometimes I'll do 2 or 3 crystals a day. Okay. The big point is you have work to do other than your current surrounding environment. And really what needs to be mentioned is, even if we got to a perfection state, it's much like living in La Costa. So you're walking down the street going, I have no issues. And that's evil. So the point of the 8th house Nexa system is that when you have no issues, you're overflowing abundance of healing energy to every other planet. Period. Forever. So it's very important that you get in a pattern where you're emanating love and the honeycomb goo. You can do the honeycomb. That could be the last. So we can go replace this angelite with the honeycomb, the golden one. All right. So I'm going to go over the crystals real quick before we go into the meditation. So here we have black tourmaline. It's very good for canceling out like gross demonic shit. It fills in and adds new layers of fertility into a system. It's very grounding and stabilizing, and it has kind of a nice charcoal vibe to it. So it's a cleaning agent, but it's like a cleaning agent, like pouring on soil, fresh soil into a planet system. Then we have moss agate. Now this is the difference between this moss agate and the Indonesian moss agate. This is the grow organically with time charm moss agate. So you spray like these little like gillyweed Netzakian tentacles on something, and then you go grow, and then you spray some like fairy dust glitter, and it's a grow organic with thyme. So this is important for natural evolution. Okay. So this is the other moss agate. You see the difference? Like, one's a simple fill the void energy, and the other is, and this is a very big cleaning agent, the green aventurine. It's very emotional body healing. And it folds into your aura much like strawberry quartz. So it's a slush energy. They're all kind of sludges, but the way the texture of the sludge is much like strawberry quartz. Here, golden sheen obsidian. This one is reconnecting the earth planes to the divine planes, higher divine. So like let go, let God, and then create fertility on the planet. And then we have chiastolite. Now I didn't choose the best picture for chiastolite. I wanted to choose this one. But I really wanted you guys to understand, like, and you lose sight. Like, there's a component, chastity versus and you lose sight of what is really there. So there's a teaching, there's a metaphorical teaching. So when you take something that's raw and beautiful and then you cut it up and polish it, you lose sight of what you were trying to accomplish. And chiastolite is about accomplishing a sense of balance and forgiveness within overly dogmatic mental systems. And that's where the divine femme comes in to start healing out a lot of the rape or crazy traps. So chiastolite is one of the more important crystals to protect children from our like knife rape energy, and it's gross. Okay, honey calcite. You guys should all know what honey calcite looks like and means. Like, if you want to trap something, pour it the honey calcite over it and watch it crystallize to trap it and make it your slave. And then if there's a sense of containing it in within a sense of building blocks and cubes. And then we have honey calcite. All right. Oh, this should be honey citrine. Honey citrine. Oh, it's the same. So here's honey citrine. That was the image I used. So it's like when I Google honey citrine, honey calcite comes up, and that's upsetting and unnerving. All right, but it's the same. We really want to get to the point where it gets the bee energy and it's deeper levels of clarity, but it still has the honey component. Then we have another layer of citrine, which I forgot to add. This is a cleaning agent. Somebody says they love just that one. Just that. Citrine. It's a pattern breaker energy. It's a clarity. It's almost at the vibration of lemon juice, but a little bit stronger. Okay. Aragonite. Now this is a very this is very good Gryffindor energy. So this is connected to the Kali octopus. It's got a sea urchin vibe. It's very good for the respiratory system, bringing new oxygen into a planet. And when you do that, its era is gone overnight. So when you bring in the whole new air frequencies on a planetary system, it weeds out the old dogmas or structures of old code programs that are stuck in the brain or in the DNA for an entire species. So it's great for Malkuth because Malkuth reflects the dirtier Hode. So this is the perfect crystal for that. And so is the chiastolite. Then we have Amolite, more Malkuth colors. So this is anywhere where people can use ammo against me in the mental body, physical body, spiritual body, etc. I'm lighting it up, but I also might be burning it out. Now, there's a reason why like the people in this class didn't end up knife raping me when everyone else did, was they did all the Malkuth work over the course over the course of the last couple of years, and they didn't have those same patterns that everyone else seemed to like not purify within their reptilian system. And we did a lot of these crystal yolk temples and sludge healings, and it began to purify everything. Now, if you want to clean up people's lower selves, this is a good crystal to pour on them. And we've got ammonite. Like I said in the beginning, think of a mon. So this is the divine femme. All magic can be created out of nothing. So Amon and Korra is trying to take away people's powers. And in Malkuth, we're starting the elemental connections, and we're starting the magical connections from scratch. So it is definitely canceling out the old paradigms where people can just take away your power, where you can begin to regrow and evolve on an exponential golden ratio format. Good patterns, good DNA, etc. So that is the intention. And you throw that yolk into the bottom, the pits of hell, and then you never really lose sight. When we're ascendioing planets, we're speaking to the people that are more enlightened and attuned to the higher vibrations of reality. Okay, so here we have turquoise. Now this is more a Sleeping Beauty turquoise frequency, color. This is my favorite type of turquoise, to be honest. There are many different variations of turquoise. It is fill in the void energy. It wakes up people. It brings clarity, healing, and communication in a sense of flow. So you can just start to feel the calming gentleness that comes with the turquoise energy. And this is for the world of Aya we did. And that's the first realm of hell underneath Asaya. So it was to really bring a sense of flow and calmness to our lower bodies. And then we have garnet. And there's a sense of strength. Brick building. Garnet's solidity. Like garnet, it's not about the root chakra. It's about the lower, like even more lower. So it's about the thighs, the lower root chakra, and then the lower one. Like get into the deeper accesses of the DNA. Here's iolite. Io this, light it up. Io that, light it up. So it's both karmic, purifying, but also make me aware of what I need to get done. What were my agreements that I made with other people or children or dogs or the planet? And then we have our grape jelly goo. So when I imagine the grape jelly, it's a mix between all of these. It's not very complex. And then the marshmallow flup, marshmallow sludge. All right, here is tree agate. Now this looks a lot like moss agate. Same but different. And then we have the Indonesian moss agate. And this brings in the more Gryffindor level, cleaning out of everything. And we have the Vonadonite. And this is where we really clean out everything. The fire agate. So we're lighting up the tree. So we have a lot of agates. We're lighting up, we're creating gates to the trees, gates to fire and purification when we're doing this 8th house Nexa initial build. And we have the strawberry quartz. We pick out the goddess, the divine femme, completely filled out and lusting 0. It's like lust for vitality. Lust for juice and strength and fortitude. Here we have chrysoprase. This is one of my nice favorite ones to put on for this 8th house Nexa work. Every time I fill in the hell realms with this, I feel very, very good. And then we have the con I shall cite. More of these Yoda balls. When I put it on, it feels more like that, but softer. It is like the scrubbing bubbles, and that's why I'm laughing. Has an acidic quality to it. Okay, ruby and fuchsia. So, like, where you might get fucked over in life. So ruby is your protection ground, your safe spot to crawl to when you're totally fucked. So there's a funny Gryffindor versus Slytherin teaching in this. So you find the one hint of Gryffindor energy. And I really like the download of the skull is that at the end of the day, your brain is what does it. Your right brain understands exactly what it means to get out of trouble and to get away from the reptile energy in life. Like, it took me 5 minutes to download the A&R marks and the entire system surrounding it. 5 minutes. I was like, oh my God, everyone's a knife raper. Oh, we have to have knife raper marks. Okay, so, and then I remember all the different planetary laws around it. So your right brain is able to download those higher intelligences. And then we have angelite. This has got a sludgy vibe to it. You guys should be very familiar with the angelite by now with all the locks. I'm hearing, which one are you choosing? Probably the egg or the palm stone. Like, you're the angel. You are your hands. Then angel aura, simple and basic. And then we have gray paste. Now, I thought this was really funny. It's the red, like Renshaw, like the red and the blue dragons, and then the gray paste in between. This is not actually the color of gray paste. I want to show you what the real color for gray paste was, but it was a really good download. It has a hint of that purple. That's the color of gray paste. And maybe a little bit more purple and a little less blue. So again, gray cake. I don't really see it here. That's a little more purple, but you guys get the gist. Okay, sugar paste. Let's do the very few so you guys could understand. Now, I would take my time in life to do this and do it well every day instead of rush. So we're going to start with the black tourmaline. Maybe we'll do the black tourmaline and chrysoprase instead. Okay. We're going to go ahead with the black tourmaline and fill in the planet. And what I like to do is I like to see 50 rings within the planet on a third dimensional level. So there's 50 spheres in sets. And I cut the planet in half. So first I pour the black tourmaline all over the planet. And I watch as the black tourmaline encapsulates the planet. And then I cut the planet in half. And then I see the 50 rings. And then I pour that black tourmaline all throughout the planet. And then I make sure it goes in all the way through. And then I do it on the other hemisphere. And I make sure that the planet is then coated in that black tourmaline. And a lot of you would be like, wow, that was not very much work. So that feels really nice. And you can actually feel the energy beneath your feet begin to shift. And it feels very solid. All right, so the next thing we do, oh, we did our planet. Now we go to Mother Andromeda. And we put the black tourmaline on the galaxy. And we code it on Mother Andromeda. And Mother Andromeda goes, oh my God. But I'm a galaxy. So she's gonna pick out five planets or stars. She might give you 5 planets. She should probably give you 5 stars. That you're gonna do the black tourmaline to also. But it's a star system. So within each of those stars, they're gonna be it's gonna be 5. So it's a 5 by 5. And so what I do is I imagine 5 stars around Mother Andromeda, and then 5 planets around each star. And I coat on the black tourmaline on all of those 25 planets. And I figure out a way to bulk do it. And I twist it and I lodge it in until it feels good and coated. I mean, you'll actually sense a vibe of peace. Again, this is much like pouring on soil onto a planet. Yes, it may kill a few bugs, but it might kill 500 demons. And a strong magician should be able to deal with this gentle, subtle bodies mutation. Man. Now, I'm going to wrap it one more time within the Andromeda Galaxy and make sure that sludge goes on real good. And then I'm going to find my other 2 galaxies. And I'm going to do the same thing to them. I'm going to go the galaxies. So I'm going to go Hogue and Tadpole. I'm going to go black tourmaline. And they're going to give me the 5 stars. And I go black tourmaline. And then they're going to give me the 25 planets. And then I go black tourmaline. Now they might they might have really funny things to say to you, like, because it's kind of like our journeys up into Andromeda. So when I'm working with Tadpole, they go, we don't have planets, we just have narcissism. And that's what they say. Because that's how they feel about their own planetary system. And that's sad. So we're going to fill it. And this is where we're Christ and not tyrannical. We don't have planets, we just have narcissism. They at least have the humility to even say that. So that's kind of nice. All right. And then we do one more layer of black tourmaline. Now we're gonna imagine Andromeda at our front. We're sitting on Earth, and then I do one of my galaxies to one side, another galaxy to another side, and then an entire ring of every galaxy around me, so that I never am without making sure that one of those galaxies get gridded. So now I imagine a black tourmaline dump on every single one of those galaxies. So I'm making a black tourmaline necklace. I begin to even out the ecosystem within every single galactic. And this is the real 8th house Nexa system. It includes every galaxy, at least in our awareness right now. So we are like God to other planets. That is correct. We're like God to this planet. We're God to other ones. And then what I do is I lay before me the entire solar system on this solar system. And it's like a string of planets. I may or may not do the sun, but I definitely do the planets. With the dwarf planets attached, the asteroids. And I make sure that they get filled with the black tourmaline. Because everybody needs a healthy Malkuth base. At least in the astral planes. Now this will temper out how the planets control you. Now you're starting to develop a sense of authority over your own universe. And this is needed to be an ophoneme. This is like your first ophoneme activation. All right. And then we have this giant pool of space in front of us on the upside and the downward side. So I fill it in with every solar system. So it's almost like the galaxies spew all their solar systems in front of me. And then I pour on the black tourmaline. And then you can see how it only reaches like the top levels. And then we flip it and do the underside. and we code it. And that cuts down 90% of the psychic attack coming from all those other places. And begins to ground out thought energy. It's like a real divine feminine understands the greater whole that needs to be taken care of. And then maybe your root chakra might fill in better. Now, when this starts becoming more physical based, you'll develop a discernment or intention to create physical black tourmaline or etheric. Your job will be to learn how to actually master everything and not be psycho about it. So that's like the sugar paste is nice, but that's why we like to call it gray paste. And it's a neutral etheric palette cleanser. And so we have very clear expectations with the different grids we set on other planets. And then we have Gryffindor honeycomb lava. So it's at a higher level of intellect or intelligence with our intent of what it would purify out, hence the reptilian energy that is psychosis or nonsensical or lustful or pedophilia vibe or knife rape. Oh my God. So we did a good coat on the black tourmaline, and then you can see how that might take you 15 to 20 minutes a day for just one. And it might make you feel sick to your stomach because we moved a massive amount of energy around the universe. So even right now, I don't want to do the chrysoprase, and I'm gonna sit in the black tourmaline, and that's what we did for today. The purple goo and the marshmallow will be part of that Mother Awa charm. So you have the purple grape jelly, and then you have the marshmallow goo, and then you have the gray paste. And these will be some of our main frames to build out these Nexa gateways, intelligence highways. Yay! Collie Ren out.